The city of Medina was in turmoil. Outside the Caliph's home, angry voices filled the air. Inside sat a calm, elderly man, his eyes fixed on the pages of the Quran, the very Quran he had gathered for the world. He could have fought back, but he didn't. He was Uthman bin Affan, radiyallahu anh, the third Caliph of Islam, the man whose patience was greater than his power, and whose generosity changed the course of history. Long before Islam, Uthman bin Affan radiyallahu anh was known across Mecca, a noble merchant with a kind heart. He never bowed to idols, never cheated in trade, never raised his voice in anger. When the Prophet ﷺ called to Islam, Uthman radiyallahu anhu accepted without hesitation. From that day, his heart belonged to Allah and His Messenger. The Quraysh mocked him, threatened him, even harmed him, but his faith never shook. He stood beside the Prophet ﷺ in every trial, offering his wealth and comfort for the sake of Allah. When the Muslim army prepared for the Battle of Tabuk, the Prophet asked for support. Uthman radiyallahu anhu stepped forward, not with words, but with action. Uthman radiyallahu anhu brought 950 camels, 50 horses, and piles of gold and silver, until the Prophet smiled and said, "Nothing will harm Uthman after today." When the people of Medina suffered thirst, Uthman radiyallahu anhu bought the only well from a stingy owner. He gave it freely to everyone, Muslim and non-Muslim alike. That well still flows in Medina today, a gift that continues centuries later. Years later, after Umar radiyallahu anhu was martyred, Uthman radiyallahu anhu became Caliph. Under his rule, Islam spread far and wide across Africa, Persia, and beyond. He sent Quran copies to every province, uniting the Ummah on one pure text. The world remembers him as the Caliph who preserved Allah's words. But peace was tested. False rumors spread. Greedy men turned people against their Caliph. Yet Uthman radiyallahu anhu refused to spill Muslim blood, even as rebels gathered at his door. He said, "I will not be the first to shed the blood of my people." Days had passed under siege. He was denied water, food, and rest. Yet Uthman radiyallahu anh remained patient. Spending his final hours in worship, he was offered help, soldiers ready to defend him, but he refused. He said, "I do not wish that a single drop of Muslim blood be shed because of me." And then, as he reached the verse, "And Allah will suffice you against them, for He is the all-hearing, the all-knowing," the doors broke open. And so the Caliph who preserved the Quran gave his life beside it. The angels bore witness as his soul returned to the Lord he loved most. Uthman ibn Affan radiyallahu anh left behind a legacy of patience, generosity, and unity. Every Quran we read, every drop from the wells he built, every mosque standing today carries his reward.